that. Now, a couple of housekeeping items. First of all, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for that. I get you. That was an SEO hack. I don't know if that works or not. That's cool to know. Thank you for that. I was wondering what you were doing there. Anyhow, yeah. So if you're watching this YouTube, please subscribe. I don't want to have to ask at the end. So anyway, do that. If you have questions, I'm going to break in the middle and answer them, and then I'm going to answer them at the end, but I'm not going to answer them throughout. And the reason for that is because I want my editors to be able to edit this into a video as well. And if it doesn't make a lot of sense if I'm engaging with the crowd. So I want, okay, I apologize for that. I thought that I didn't understand what you were doing. So I appreciate you, you're helping me out then. Anyway, I want them to be able to edit into a video. So that way the content portion will just be me and not much engagement with the audience. So there's that. Now, who here knows what SaaS stands for, or what software as a service is? Just real quick. So I know, that we're all on the same page. And while you're doing that, I'm going to show you a few that I have built recently. All right, let me bring up this window. So SaaS stands for software as a service, basically. And this definition may not be textbook, but essentially it is a software that you subscribe to as a service. So think of, I don't know, HubSpot, Congress. But here's a few that I have made recently with AI in the same way that we're going to be doing that today. I built a ROAS calculator. If you don't know what ROAS means, it means return on ad spend. Basically, it tells you how much money you made from your ad. So you just put in, I don't know, I spent $1,000 and I made $10,000. Calculate your ROAS, and it gives you some cool information, right? It gives you the percent, how much you spent for how much you generated for every dollar you spent, some benchmarks, your ROI, your profit margin, your cost per acquisition, and the averages and some other things. You can export it, you can share it, so on. Pretty cool tool. It took me about an hour to make that one. This one is more in depth, and most of these have now been added to Legit itself. But this one is a bunch of SEO tools, and that's at legittools.com. And you just go to that, and I'm not going to demonstrate these because there's too many, but I'll just show you one. And you can just click on, let's do this one. This, and it gives you some information. You can put in a number of pages, page links to key pages, or you can just load the sample data, and it'll give you an internal linking analysis of your site. And I built this site with AI, and it took me about 6 hours. And a lot of that was just for fun's sake. I'll show you. It was to add this. I had to do this, add this one page at a time, and that took me like 2 of those hours. So anyhow, there's that one. And then this one I built earlier this week. This is a file converter. So you can convert, like, let me just browse and pick any random pick. All right. You can just add a picture, and you can, like, it's a JPEG. You can convert it to a PNG or a PDF or whatever. You can change like the quality of it, preserve the aspect ratio, and convert the file, save it, and so on. You can't see that because of the way I have it. And then you can see your history and then how many you've done and stuff. So those are a few I've built recently, and you can see the value in these, right? These are cool tools. You can also put them on your website and have them attract links to your site and so on. So what I'm going to do today is build something else live. I haven't decided what yet, and there's a reason for that, because I want to show you a way you can decide as well if you want to do this, but you don't know what to build. So let's get started. I guess I have to stop sharing and share again. Window. All right, so I assume everybody is familiar with ChatGPT. If you're not, speak up, but let's be honest, we all are. So I don't know what kind of tool I want to build today. So we're going to ask ChatGPT. So let me zoom in some. Julie says, I have an idea of what I would like to build. Okay, I'll go ahead and throw it in the chat while we're doing this. If it's feasible, we can do what Julie, what you suggest. In the meantime, I want to show you this process regardless. I would like to build a simple tool that doesn't run in a browser or doesn't require server-side processing and can run in a browser. I want it to be beneficial to people doing SEO. Something like a keyword difficulty calculator or similar, but not that. Can you please give me a few ideas? Let me go ahead. I probably could clip mix, but I think that'd be a bit more complicated than I can do in a single hour. Executor fee calculator. I live in Canada, so each province calculates a different percentage. Can you go ahead and put in the chat all the data that somebody would need to put in for that? And we'll see about that. Can you please give me, let's say, 10 ideas? And I know you would likely have your own ideas, but I want to show you what you can do if you want to make something and you're in the mood to make something and you just don't know what. So I wanted to show you that. So let's go ahead and chat. I was going to say search. Meta tag generator, title length checker, keyword density checker, rich snippet preview tool, redirect chain checker, canonical structure visualizer, internal link counter, page load time estimator. What do you guys suggest? PJ says someone was charging $397 to show what you're showing right now. Thanks for this, Chris. Oh, thank you. That's good to know that I can undercut someone and Alex Hermosi my way into some value. Which of those tools do you guys suggest? I can do any of them, or we can do something else. If I don't get an answer too soon, I'll just pick myself, but I'd like to hear from the audience. We can do a meta tag generator, title length checker, keyword density checker, rich snippet preview tool. That's kind of cool. Redirect chain checker, canonical tag validator, H1, H6 structure visualizer. That's kind of cool. Alt text checker, internal link counter, page load time estimator. I'll take a minute or two to get some votes. Let's see, somebody says meta tag. Somebody says let's do H1 to H6. Internal link counter. You know what we could do is just do another site like this, and just because I'm getting votes for literally each of them. So why don't we do another site like this one and just build all 10 of them and see how it goes? How does that sound? Might as well think big, right? Do all 10. All righty. Let me zoom out because that's a little hard for me to read. All right, so now what we're going to do to build it is we're going to use a tool called bolt.new, which is an AI tool that builds code for you. Now, it's not as... Hey, Julie, if you follow me on Facebook, you can just message me there, and I'll build this for you for free. So if you're watching on Facebook, so just DM me, get it all maybe into like a Word doc or something, or I guess a Google Doc, and message me, and I'll do it for you absolutely for free. If you just promise to tell people what a nice guy I am afterwards. So anyway, this is a tool that builds AI or builds apps with AI. And that's what we're going to be using. Now, it's not as simple as it sounds. It seems like you could just go build me a Shopify clone and it would work. It doesn't, it's not there yet, but it can. So it can build some cool shit. So what I like to do is use ChatGPT to write the prompts for it. I literally use AI to build AI. How cool is that, right? So let me see. Where is it? You can search, right? Tools. Here we go. Why didn't it? All right. Shit. Well, all right, I give up. So let's just do it from scratch. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. I would like, let me zoom in again so you can see, to build a site in bolt.new that makes all of these tools available on one page. I'm not going to get fancy and add a second page because that adds quite a bit of dev time to do that. One page. I would like this to use to be something I can use to give away for free to people on legit.com. Please build a one-page site that will have all 10 tools on the home page in a grid format similar to what is the URL of that site? Similar to technical, and it helps to give it a reference. You don't have to technicalseo.com/tools. Please use the colors, fonts, and other branding elements from legit.com for the new site. Please start by creating the page, but not the tools themselves. If you try to do too much at once, it gets confused. That's why I do that. I will add them one at a time. Create a bolt.new prompt to achieve this. Search or chat, I guess. No. Why is it doing it like that? I don't want it in code. It does that sometimes and it pisses me off. So I don't want code. I want a prompt for bolt.new to do it. There we go. Sometimes you have to hit AI over the head a little bit. All right. So now we're going to take and copy this prompt. And come over to bolt.new. It has a free level, by the way, and then the more it works on tokens. So the more tokens you need, you can either buy tokens or you can subscribe. Paste. Hopefully it works. It was acting up earlier. Figures. Yeah. It's been on the fritz today because, of course, it has. So let's try a new chat. paste. There we go. So what it's doing now is going through, reading the prompt that we gave it, and building out the initial site. So this takes, sometimes it can take, it depends on the complexity, obviously, but sometimes it can take quite some time. Other times it happens quickly. And sometimes it doesn't work the first time too. All right, I don't like those colors. So let's do this. In fact, this gives me an opportunity to look at something else that we can do, because I want to change the colors. Because for whatever reason, it didn't pick up the colors like I asked it to. Hero. So this is one that my friend Lahiru built himself in Bolt.new. And by the way, Lahiru is a graphic designer and doesn't know how to code. So I guess it won't work. I guess it doesn't work the way I thought it would. Okay. Well, anyway, let's go over to Legit and get our color palette, which I should have memorized, but I don't. So we're going to use the color picker tool. And where is an example of our, let me just log out. All right. So we're going to use the color picker browser extension. Great tool, by the way. Get that. Change the gradient in the hero section to use. Shit. No, we'll get it later. And if anybody at any point doesn't understand what I'm doing, just say so and I'll explain that. Right now, what I'm doing is updating the colors to be a little bit more on brand. Excellent. And then we want to change the color of the buttons and icons to purple. Fun fact, we picked the colors of purple and pink, the shades of purple and pink for this version of Legit on based on the Candy Nerds. So, you know, you get the purple and the pink in one box. That's where that came from. Make the purple in the gradient in the hero section go further down. So there is more purple than pink. You can always do this stuff later, but I just wanted to show you, you know, this is the easy stuff. So I like to get it out of the way. All right, that's good enough. All right, that's pretty much it for that part. Now, next thing we want to do is to start generating the tools. So we're going to come back over here to this prompt, and we'll just start at the top, meta tag generator. Now, let me zoom in. Create a bolt.new prompt to create the meta tag generator. You might be wondering why I do these all one at a time. If you try to do too many things at once in Bolt, it gets all kinds of confused. And see, sometimes ChatGPT doesn't use its brain too. I want to use the meta tag generator on the site we built in the last prompt. Please give me a bolt.new prompt to build to add the meta tag generator to that site. And I can't type for shit, just by the way. There we go. All right. So let's copy that. And we're going to paste that into bolt.new. So not really. I shouldn't have showed that on screen. Oh, well. Not really. You can't really do a lot of back-end stuff with this. You can, but if it's like server-side stuff, it doesn't really do that. So it has to be stuff. I mean, at least I wouldn't say it has to be. With my level of knowledge, it needs to be stuff that you can do with front-end. Now, I am working on a keyword research tool that integrates with the Data for SEO API. So all I have to do is input the API credentials. But if it needs like server-side processing, this isn't going to cut it. Or if it is, it can get you like 90% of the way there, and then a developer will have to do the rest. Unfortunately, it's just not quite there yet. They did release a Supabase integration today, and I'm anxious to play with that, but I haven't had a chance yet. Oh, why did it? All right, well, see, it does shit like that sometimes too that you didn't ask it to, like remove all the others. So hopefully as we go through and add the others, it'll put them back. But anyway, meta tag generator, page title. I guess I should have thought about that. I don't know, legit marketplace, SEO marketplace. The greatest website for SEO in the history of the world. God, I cannot type. It doesn't really matter. And then we click generate meta tags. And there we go. So that's our first tool. You can just copy that, copy it to clipboard. I don't get how that's very helpful, but you know, meta name, meta keywords, content. All right. So there's that. If we wanted to make that more functional, we could, but let's move on to the next tool. Next one is a title length checker. Now give me a bolt.new prompt for the title length checker that will go on the same site we are already building. Hopefully this doesn't remove the other one. Copy, paste. We'll just to be sure. Do not remove other tools from the grid. Oh, and we got our first error, which is good. I was hoping we would get one eventually. Syntax error. So you have a few things you can do. Sometimes you can just click attempt fix and that will work. Why it doesn't just do that in the first place, I don't know. But anyway. Hey, and it put them all back. So that still works. Try tool. Optimize. All right. So this is the title I am going to use. How many characters does it have? So once it gets too many, there you go. It's kind of like the thing in your SEO plugins that tells you how long it is. So there you go. That can help you with that. Pretty simple, right? All right, let's go on to the next one. And let's do another one. I should really write these down so I don't have to keep scrolling. Keyword density checker. Now, create a bolt.new prompt for the keyword density checker that will be added to the same site we are working on. Right? If somebody says, I've never seen that tool, this is insane, isn't it? It's such a great time to be alive. We're going to copy that, paste that into Bolt. Do not remove any other tools from the grid. That says keyword research and not keyword density. We'll fix that in a minute. I mean, this would have taken, these are pretty simple tools, but this would have still taken what we've done in 20 minutes would have taken hours. And it's just insane to me. And there's a bunch of other tools that do this now too. There's V0, there's Tailwind, there's Cursor. Oh, and we got a problem. A syntax error. I think it's the same one. Attempt fix. I mean, look at how much code it's written already for a simple app like this. All right. And look at that. It even changed the title. So let's make sure these two still work. That's something I recommend before you deploy is to check everything still works because sometimes shit breaks. Keyword density. Well, shit. You're a little bit behind, Mohammed. Let's get some text. Copy. Where is it? Enter text. Keywords, Myrtle Beach SEO. Check density. 0. Oh, that didn't work. It must be. Yeah, something. That one doesn't work. I wonder if it's because it's one word, not one word. If not, that gives us a chance to show off how we troubleshoot. Yeah, that's why. Please allow for keywords to be multiple words. Hopefully that works. Instead of just one word for the keyword density tool. See, sometimes you have to, do a little bit of thinking as well. It's not, I mean, it is kind of a magic button, but it's not completely a magic button. So let's try that again. Check density. There we go. 5 times 0.45 density. How easy was that? Reset, exit. All right, next up, we'll just follow this order. The backlink analyzer. That was one of them, right? Because sometimes it just goes off on its own. So I guess we'll just keep. Yeah, it just made up those titles. So we'll just go with this list. Now make the rich snippet preview tool. No, now make a bolt.new prompt. You can get this done even faster if you know how to type. The rich snippet preview tool for the same site we are working on. Enter. This one's a little more elaborate, so the prompt is longer. I don't actually know how this is going to work, but we'll see. So we'll copy that. Over to bolt.new. This gets a little repetitive, but do not remove any other tools from the tool grid. And pow. Yes, this will be on YouTube later. Same error. Interesting. All right, so that's the rich snippet preview. Enter your page title. Free SEO tools brought to you by Legit. And I think the description is the same thing. Yeah, tools, preview snippet. Look at that. That's really cool. That's actually something I've needed in the past. So I'm glad that we brought this, but that's really helpful because that's really important for your click-through rate and just how people will see your site in the search engine. That's really badass, actually. So, pow. Next up is number 5, and this is going, and knock on wood, this is going smoother than any I have done on my own. Number 5 is the redirect chain checker. I don't even know what that is. But now make a bolt.new. Now make, a bolt.new prompt for the redirect chain checker tool for the same site we have been building. Whew. Anybody know what a redirect chain checker tool is? I guess it's where it shows you if a URL redirects to. Yeah. You know what's funny is I don't even read these prompts. I have no idea what it says in them. All right, so let's copy that. Go over to bolt.new. Do not remove any of the other tools from the grid. We want to bet we get that same error again. Something broke. The site isn't loading. I am just getting a white screen. Can you fix it, please? See, sometimes stuff happens and you have to tell it nicely to fix it. Sometimes you have to tell it a bunch of times to not try the same thing over and over again. Hopefully this is an easy fix though. If not, we may just skip this tool because it seems like it's going to be. Oh, there we go. All right. So try tool. One thing I notice with sites like this, if they don't have the exact amount of text for each one, it like makes the buttons uneven and it drives me nuts. So that's something we may or may not try to fix later. Let's see. What I'm going to do is get a link that I know is redirected. So give me 1 second. Assuming this does what I think a redirect chain checker tool it does. I might be totally wrong. I don't know. All right. So what's a good one? All right. So we're going to use superstarseo.com/parasite, which is a pretty link. Status 200. I have no idea what that means. I assume that would be useful for somebody that would use a redirect chain checker tool. So let's just move on. All right. Next up is canonical tag validator. Let's do this. Chat. All righty. That's a long one. That's what she said. All right, let's copy that. Go over to Bolt. Bring Studio back up. Please do not remove any other tools from the grid. I don't know. I feel like a sorcerer whenever I do this. Come on, no whammies. Hopefully somebody out there is old enough to get that reference. Ah. I think we have 3 more after this, and then there's a few other little tweaks to make to the site, and then we'll deploy, and then we'll do some questions. Oh, and it did remove some of the tools. What the fuck? Sometimes it just goes off on its own, and you have to like rein it in. That's why I told you to validate everything before you deploy it. Although that's not as big a deal as it used to be. All right, so did it not add the? No, fucking A. Well, I've built a bunch of tools in the last couple weeks, Wesley. So I have the pro plan, but uh, you get like 10 million tokens for free. So just if you're like in a project and you run out, you can just get more. So it just depends on your needs. Can viewers also publish apps on Legit? Yes, sir. I was hoping someone would ask that. Please leave the tools grid as it is and just add this one. In fact, my man Adam has already added one to Legit. He literally just sent it to me in DM. Come on, don't break. Where is it? replace the backlinks analyzer tool in the grid with this tool. Is it coming up with its own icons too? Yes. How many tokens does it take to make one of these tools? It really just depends. Truth told, I don't even keep track until I start running out. Is it? Am I being dumb? Is it not? Is it just not putting it there? This tool is not showing in the grid. Please add it there. This is when it starts getting a little irritating. Go ahead and share. Adham, DMZ on Legit had built a prompt generator that he has. I'm going to put in the chat, and as well as his Legit service. All right. Did it work that time? What the fuck? Oh, there we go. I don't know how to use a canonical tag validator, but I guess that works. If anybody has any examples of that would suit that tool, so be it. Let me know. Otherwise, we're just going to move on. We lost a tool though, didn't we? Which one did we lose? This is, it's not perfect. And I'm glad that we're running into these because it was almost going too smooth to begin. No, that was it. That was right. All right. So the H1, H6 structure visualizer. Adam, I'm going to show your tool once we get done as well. Not your tool, the tool that you built. I'm so mature. And Julie, don't forget to send me that info. I'll happily build that tool for you. Or you can try it yourself if you want. All righty. Next up, please add it at position 7 in the grid in place of what is there. It's funny how it loses track and you have to start changing that up. I don't have this ready, but I assume that this would work. You analyze your HTML heading structure by putting in the HTML code. If anybody has any they want to share, I'd be happy to do it, but I think we can assume that that's going to work. All right, number 8. This chat's getting pretty long. Alt text checker. I'm glad we didn't try to do an advanced tool because it's already been an hour. And that would have taken several, but the retention has been very good. Copy and paste all tools and yeah. I mean, that would have been smart to do at the beginning. At this point, we're almost done. Did it? Oh, lost track of what I was doing. Alrighty. Add it to the grid in position 8 in place of what is there now. Whew. And when we get done, we'll talk about ways that you can like monetize stuff like this. Because obviously this is fun and everything, but I don't know about you, but I want to make money. I always try to do my what's the dude from Shark Tank, Kevin O'Leary impression when I do that. Make money. And same error as always. All righty. Alt text checker. Sure, HTML. Oh, for fuck's sake. All right. Let's see. Adam, you recognize this site? Inspect. Let's just grab. Oh, for fuck's sake. Let me just. Copy. Paste. Check alt text. One image found, and it finds the alt text. So I guess the goal there, I don't really see how that would be useful, to be honest. But you know, it finds the alt text. Maybe you can just use an image URL. Let me try that. Copy image address. I guess this could be useful for people that don't know how to like do inspect. Paste. No, yeah, I don't see how this would be useful. Adam says, by the way, this was my first website on Legit many years ago. Yeah, he's talking about this site here that he designed for me, and I want to say 2019. All right, so that's that. I don't really get how that tool would be useful, but you know, maybe I'm just missing the use case. Thanks for sharing, Chris. I'm working on Cloud Parasite. It's hell to write code with ChatGPT, but this is good for visualization. Yeah, exactly. And let me know how that goes. Like I'm not a coder at all, despite the fact that I spent $30,000 to go to school to learn it. That's, you know, let's not get angry about that. But I don't know how to code for shit. So you know, and we've built something here in about less than an hour. So here. Copy by basically copy and pasting. Yeah, that was 30 grand well spent. To be fair, I haven't paid most of it because fuck them. But anyway, let me not go on that rant. Thanks you guys for sticking with me. I know we've been here for a while. We're in the home stretch though. Put it at position 9 in the grid in place of what is there. You guys don't think that you can only build sites like this. Like use your imagination on what you can build. I'm going to show you something and at the end that Adam has built, for example. And it doesn't have to be SEO tools either. Is that right? Is this a sitemap generator? No. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, that's right. I see. Okay. Internal link counter. Why do I have to paste HTML code? And domain count links. See, I don't. If I had time, I would redo this and like not have so many that rely on copying HTML. No. Page source. Now I'm getting. Let's try this. There we go. Let's see. Control V. Count links. See, now that's pretty useful, right? Now it's a pain in the butt that you have to get the HTML code. If I was going to spend more time on this, I would make it so it could read the links. But that's still pretty badass. 91 internal links, 92 or 42 external links. Pretty cool. All right. I can't get back to the top though. There we go. Cool. Last one, and then we got a few other bells and whistles to add, and we'll be done. What's up, Brian? Last one. Let's go to number 10. Oh. Yeah, whoever that was that said I should have copied these down is right. Almost there. All right. Page load time estimator. We'll jump down here. copy, go over to Bolt, paste. Please add it at position 10 in the grid in place of what is there. Yep, same error. You think it would learn. Also, we lost the hero section at the top, didn't we? Just noticed that. We'll fix that in a minute. I don't really know what it's asking me for here. All right. I guess that's kind of cool. All right, whatever. All right, so that's it. We've added our 10 tools. We've lost some features, so we got to do a little bit of housekeeping. First of all, remove the competitor analysis tool from the grid. All right. Without removing anything there is there now, restore the hero section and the header with the gradient it originally had. Hopefully this doesn't screw anything up. These design changes scare me because sometimes they wreck the whole thing. All right, that's not bad. I don't really like the formatting. Add, or say, move by legit to the same line as SEO tool suite. See, this happens sometimes. And what I do when that happens is I just take this and I paste it into here. Lots of folks still here. I appreciate that. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really like it not being all in white, but whatever. All right. Restore the footer. Without removing anything that is there right now. There was a footer there in the beginning, right? I didn't imagine that. There we go. All right. All right. Now let's clean up the footer a little bit. Remove about tools and contact. In fact, let's just remove now from the quick links. Can you not? Is it not type? I'm typing it in the chat for fuck's sake. Remove about tools and contact from the quick links section and add a link for support that links to legit.support. If you reduce the font size by legit, it would look better, I think. Okay, yeah, you're probably right. I have no eye for design. Support. All right. Remove the current social icons and replace them with Facebook, X, YouTube, and Instagram. At Facebook. .com/LEGIGOFFICIL. I can never remember YouTube URL. Alrighty. In the copyright, in the footer, update. Let's see. Add a link to and use the anchor text. We're almost done. We got 2 more things to do after this, and then we're going to talk about, well, I'm going to show you how to actually make this into a website, and then I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you Adam's tool, and then I'm going to talk to you about ways that you can make money with this. All right. So one thing that you always have to do, and it's important, I found this out the hard way. You don't have to do it. You can do it later, of course. But you have to set like the title and the page title and the meta title. Well, the title, the meta title, meta description as well. You have to do that manually. So set the title, meta title, and meta description to free SEO tool suite brought to you by Legit. Of course, you would want to make those different and better, like optimized, but I'm just doing this for brevity's sake. All right. Reduce the font size of by Legit text in the hero. Come on. Why is it not? There we go. Yeah, that's fine. And then one more thing we want to do. I can't tell you how many times I've tried to type into StreamYard, which is the software I'm using to stream today. Add a button at, or say, below the tool grid that, and above the header or the footer, and above the footer that says, if you need help with your SEO, visit legit.com today and have it link to Shannon says, making a mental list of things I want to build. Oh, geez. All that for one button. Please don't break anything. It's not really. You think that would look better like up here, or you think it's fine where it is? Kind of wish we had two more tools, but I don't feel like making two more. But we'll just leave it like that for now. And then maybe what I'll do is I'll just go back and add two more later so it looks a little more appealing. Now, I'm not going to do it, but one thing I would do if I was, if we were not doing this live, I would add a line break after the text on these that have one line, because you see how the try tool button isn't quite perfectly lined up. That's just one thing I would do. And I would probably add like terms and privacy policy, but let me jump on camera. Does anybody have, I mean, that's pretty much it. We built a 10 tool website in about an hour. Before I show you how to deploy that to an actual site, does anybody have any questions or any thoughts or anything else I should add to this that won't be too invasive before we can move on? And I show you how to deploy this, and then I'm going to show you Adam's tool, and then we're going to talk about ways you can do this. But also let me know if you enjoyed this. Let me know if you thought that was cool. I certainly did. But yeah, let me know who's alive out there. Let me know if there's anything you want me to any questions or anything you want me to add before I show you how to deploy this to a website and go from there. I'll give that a second or two while I catch my breath and get some water. And again, this is not the sexiest looking site. It's not even the nicest one that I've built, in my opinion. I think this is the best looking one that I've built, but you know, it's pretty cool for an hour's work. And it's more to show you the potential than it is this actual specific tool. Town Sweep says, awesome, thank you. Brian says, I came in late, but very cool. We'll be rewatching. All righty. All right, well, let's go ahead and deploy. Julie says, Chris, that was really cool. Thank you. Swap says, enjoyed. Thanks. Awesome. Adam says, awesome. All right, let's go ahead and deploy. So when you're all done, I do recommend you go through and make sure nothing broke. I'm just going to click these real quick. I'm not going to test them. If I was trying to do this, like, you know, for something to sell, I would test them. But sometimes these things do break. This is annoying. I wish I could click out of it without having to click the X. But I'm afraid to do that right now because I think it would break just about everything. So, all right. That works. That works. That works. All right. Let's go ahead and deploy. So when you're ready to deploy, you click deploy. This almost always gives me an error the first time. This uses a tool. I don't know if you call it a tool, but I don't know. I guess I don't even know what you call it, but a site called Netlify that you deploy it to and upload it to your domain and stuff like that. This is taking longer than it usually does. Hopefully everything's going to go okay. If you've never done anything live, it's kind of terrifying because, you know, things don't always go perfectly. So Shannon says definitely a lot of potential. Come on. While that's cooking, I'm going to go over and bring up my Netlify. That's a tough word to say, Netlify. Log in. Why is it taking so long? It usually doesn't take this long. So that's scary. You can see some of the other ones I've done here. It took me a while to figure out how to do this. Creative Monk said, that's a cool username, by the way. Super amazing how AI can do all this for us and makes me a little worried about us developers. I think, you know, it's just my opinion, of course, but I think like high-end developers will still be in demand, but like entry-level coders are the ones that need to be worried as far as jobs. Now, as far as making apps, I think it's going to be a renaissance for them. I'm going to stop this, cancel this and tell it to do it again. Oh boy. Of course, the one thing that's one click would give me an error. Hopefully that doesn't break anything. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. It's 10:32 p.m. here in the UK, and I'm thinking I want to stay up and play with Bolt. It's cost me some sleep. I'm not going to lie. So let's refresh this, and it should be in our list now. Or not. Why isn't it in my Netlify account? Usually it shows up there. I don't know what happened. Oh, fucking A. All right, let's deploy again. Same in Pakistan. Costing people sleep over here. All right. What the fuck? Where's my site? Please deploy again to a new site. I've never seen this happen before, so that's good. Adam says, don't worry, a developer plus Bolt will create awesome stuff. There we go. All right, now it should show up here. There we go. Okay. Now what you do is you click on this, and I don't know what the hell happened there. But anyway, we click on this. Your site is deployed, so that part was what we just did. Now we want to set up a custom domain, assuming we want to put this on a website. And just so while we're on the subject, what you could also do, for those of you that do SEO, is instead of putting this on a new site, is add these tools to your existing site. And they don't have to be SEO tools. If you were a contractor, you could add them to that tool. And then they will just share them, and they will attract links to your site because people want to link to shit like that, right? And then you can even go out and do some research and find sites that would benefit from having your a calculator, and you can just ask them to link to it because it'd be useful to their audience, things like that. So this is a way you can use these to attract a bunch of links to your site too. And that's kind of why I built them into Legit. In fact, before we do that, you might notice up here, we have a whole bunch of these on Legit already. And that's why, is to hope to do that. So, all right, so we're going to set up a custom domain. Let's go with Legit SEO tools.com. Verify. Register now for $11.99. All right, and then what you're going to do is verify the DNS configuration. Retry. Sometimes it takes a minute or two. There we go. Now, this takes a few minutes, but we're going to, just to show you, you'll click provision and certificate. It won't do that. It'll take a few minutes for it to be able to do that. So what I'm going to do in the meantime is Adam, who is on right now, he built a tool. And Adam is a web designer and a pharmacist, not a web developer. So that shows you that anybody can do this. Not that Adam's not a smart guy. It's just that that's not his thing. So, and what this is a, what is this? A prompt generator, I believe. So I'm going to put in my password and enter. All right. So enter the topic. We'll just stick with what we know. Senior in-house SEO with 10 years of experience. Blog post, primary keyword, local SEO for painters. I'm just making shit up. Let's go 1,000 words. Professional English, key terms, SEO for painters. Business name, Myrtle Beach Painters, which is a test site that I use. Location, Myrtle Beach, USA. Generate prompt. And this is a ChatGPT prompt, is that right, Adam? Put a comma after the term. Here? Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Here as well? No? Okay. All right. We'll generate again. And that's an chat GPT prompt. Is that right? Yeah, I generated again. All right. So let's copy that to clipboard. I'm assuming it's chat GPT. Create a new chat. All right. Paste that in. All right. Generate. Let me zoom out so this is easier to see. This looks like a really in-depth. I'm going to share this GPT, and then I'm going to show you where you can get this tool. Adam says, let us test content grade. I don't know what that means. Whew. All right. Oh, and it even gives you the metadata. That's pretty badass. This looks really good. What do you mean by let us test the content grade, Adam? But I'm going to go ahead and share this GPT in the chat. Not the tool. You'll have to go buy that from Adam. And you can get, no, that's not it. This tool tells us it was written. What tool? I think that your link got eaten. Can you send it to me on Facebook, Adam? But you can get this on legit at we're going to get to that in just a second, Julie. You can get that here on legit for $9, that prompt generator that we just demonstrated. Oh, he's got a GIF on there. So I'm going to send that there. Oh, undetectable AI. All right, so let's go here. Undetectable AI. So let's go ahead and paste this in. Is this what you meant for me to do? 50% off, and it's already only $9. So, or no, is that right? Am I showing the right thing? I'm getting confused. Uh, paste. Allow. Check for AI. I've never used this tool, so I don't know how this works. Your links are not getting sent on YouTube, Adam. I don't know why. Your content appears to be human. Wow. Send me whatever link you're trying to send me on Facebook instead. You also can get it on legit at this URL, which I'll put in the chat and in the comments. Hemingway app. We don't need to do that, but I appreciate you. Content great. All right, we'll try that. All right, give me just a sec. All right. What is the criteria to promote service on our channel? Email info@superstarseo.com. I'm not 100% sure what you're talking about, but if you have a sponsorship thing you're looking for, we'll entertain it. All right, so we're going to go to Hemingway app. And this tells you how well written it is, like at what grade level. And it's 6th grade level, which is green. So yeah, that's an excellent tool, Adam. Great job. You see what I mean? And he's already monetized it for you guys. So that's one way you can monetize these apps. So now let's go back. This should be ready to finish deploying. So let's cancel. Verify DNS. Thank you for that, Adam. That was really cool. And it gave an even different example and a way to monetize. And I'm going to use that myself. So great job. Provision certificate. Okay, that means that it's probably done. So what we're going to do is refresh. All right, now we have SSL. So I forget, this should be live. So let's open it. There we go. Free SEO tools. So we built that website in like an hour and a half, and that was with me walking you through how to do it. And we built with 10 different tools. So that's that. So different ways you can monetize this, right? First of all, like I said, one of the coolest things you can do is just go embed it on your existing website, like we have done on Legit. If you come up here to tools and to SEO tools, you can see we already have a bunch of these on here. And I haven't SEO optimized these yet, but the whole point of this is to attract other links from people that need an internal linking tool or whatever. So it has a lot of SEO value if you want to build like simple tools. And then another thing you can do, where'd it go? Is go over to sites like Flippa. Which is a marketplace where you can sell sites basically, and you can just list it here, and you can get a free valuation if you're because who was it? It was Julie was asking how much. He'd ask you some questions about your business. I'm not going to put in all this, but you can get a valuation, or you can just kind of go in and look at some of them and see what something similar is going for, like SEO tools. And to be honest, this one that we built probably wouldn't go for a whole lot. Revenue generating, yes. Websites and online businesses. Let's just go with SEO. Come on. Well, you get the idea. Go through, put in the different not tools, the different filters, and just kind of figure it out, or do the valuation. Another one is, and you can see some of these, obviously you're not going to get that much for what we just built, but you could probably get a few $100 for it. See, this is something similar to that. It's in a different niche, but where's the link? Similar concept, right? It's just for text, and he's asking for $110. He'll probably get more than that. The coupon code, it's not going to work because it brings it below $6. So Adam, can you raise the price to 12 and that'll bring it down to 6 with the coupon code? Let me know if you heard that, Adam. I also have Get the Idea. We can create tools, business related, and reach to business owners to buy my code. That's another way. That you can use sites like this. You can use, what's another one? Empire Flippers. Like, yeah, exactly. Change it to, okay. Yeah, just do that, Adam. Just change it to 6 because we can't go below 5. It won't go for 5. So change it to 6, and then you don't need to use the coupon, the Stone Builders Rejected. That's a interesting name. But this is the same thing, right? This is a site that sells sites. So you can just list it. Let's go SEO tools. Really? Yeah, I mean, you get the idea. Figure out the pricing on that. And then one more that you can do, and I don't really like this site, but it's relevant, is acquire.com. See what I mean? It's internet marketer shit that makes everything difficult to like go and browse. And that's why I don't like it. But, oh, Jesus. See what I mean? It's just a shit experience. I follow the owner on Twitter. He's not a bad guy, but he's definitely an internet marketer first, in my experience. So all listings. There's no. You can see some of these are going for pretty good price. Some of them not so much. You see, this is just not a good experience on this site, in my opinion. But AI SEO writer that automatically generates and optimizes long form content, AI writing assistant. Be a little patient, my man. It should be back to 6 now. Let me find that link again. There you go. The Stone Builders Rejected. $6. Cheapest we let anything on Legit be. Where'd it go? Yeah, but this is basically what Adam just showed us, right? An AI SEO writer. I mean, you have to still use ChatGPT, but asking price $400,000. And yeah, and no need for coupon now. So it's that legit link. Where'd it go? Yeah, and that's another way you can monetize, by the way, is you can just make an app and list it here on Legit. That site looks terrible. Acquire, yeah. It drives me fucking insane. But, it pushes a good amount of revenue. But it's so hard to navigate. I don't get it. But anyway, yeah, so that was Flippa, Empire Flippers, Acquire, and there's probably others. You can sell directly as well, or you can list your SaaS on Legit, or you can offer to do this for someone on Legit as well as like a custom order or whatever. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. And, you know, again, I don't want you to get too, and nobody seems to be doing that, so that's good, but I don't want you to get too hung up on what we actually built today. You can build something much cooler with this. My partner Jim built something for his puppy business, for example. I won't show it because I didn't get his permission, um, but did you get it? Did that work? The stone builders rejected. Anyhow, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to show you today. But I'm willing to stay on as long as you want and take any questions or any feedback or anything else I can help you with. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know. Let me know if you enjoyed this. Certainly a lot of fun for me. It's cool to have something I do try to do live actually work. Usually when I try to build something live, it goes to absolute shit. Like that Parasite SEO case study I did a while back. But this worked out pretty well. It seemed like everybody was really engaged. Adam showed us a cool tool that I was not planning. Like I didn't know going into this that was going to be part of it too. I showed you a few different ways to monetize it. We struggled through some errors, nothing too severe. You know what else I can show you is the keyword research tool I was working on. This was proving to be a bit harder because it was the first time I used an API. So it was throwing lots and lots of errors. Julie says, really enjoyed it. I'm a tech geek at heart. So am I. Yeah, so this is one I've been working on. It doesn't look very good yet. But like you just put in like marketplace. And this is what I was going to do on the stream today, but it was proved to be harder than I expected. But marketplace SEO, it's not pulling in the CPC for some reason. Site analysis. See, it doesn't. StarSEO.com. Pulls in some suggested keywords. Again, it's not working that well yet. And then keyword ideas. I got to get it to clear out the thing when it switches between tabs. SEO marketplace. And so on. So this is just the embryo of an idea. But, you know, I want to build this. And you can see this would be something that would be more in depth. And what I'm doing with this is I'm using an API. If you don't know what an API is, let me know. I assume you do. From a site called Data for SEO. And what this does, it gives you a lot of data, like a lot of ways to connect to different APIs to get data for SEO. So I'm still learning my way around it. API access, no. Usage, SERP. Documentation. Yeah, that's what it is. And I'm using like some of the APIs from here, the different things that'll pieces of information it'll give you. This API gives you a lot of good information for SEO. A lot of SEO tools use this to get their data. Clickstream data is really powerful as well. And that's what I'm using for this keyword research tool I'm building that I was going to build on the stream today, but it just turned out to be a little bit more involved than I thought it would be. And I mean, just this basic tool took us 2 hours to build. So does anybody else have any questions or comments or anything they want to talk about? Were you able to get that link to work? The stone builders rejected? Yes. Well, somebody was. I assume that was you. I'm going to stay about another 2 minutes and then I'm going to call it. We've been here for 2 hours. And that's a long time for a live stream. Creators Club says, amazing video. Thank you. Thank you. I thought this was a lot of fun. I thought this is something you would all appreciate and get a lot of value out of. Hopefully you felt like your time was well spent. It's important to me that I feel that I give back. You know, Creators Club says, I have many ideas right now in my mind after seeing you live stream. We'll execute. Awesome. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. That's kind of what I want to do, is to empower people to become business owners, or business owners to grow their business. Julie says loads of value. Thank you, Julie. And I'm going to put the site that we all built together today in the chat and in the comments. Creative Monk, quality stream and very informative. I'm going to register and get developing an app. Awesome. Awesome. Hopefully I inspired a generation of AI app developers here today. So that would be pretty cool. I hope to see some of you list these on Legit in the very future. We share the same name, by the way. Oh, awesome. World can't have enough Chris's, am I right? All right. That's going to wrap it up for today. And that is going to wrap up, at least for live streams, for all of 2024. I think we did probably 50 or 60 of these. I did a bunch of interviews. We did several on Black Friday and Cyber Monday and a bunch of other ones along the way. And you guys were all here to support me through the whole time. If you haven't been here the whole time, you're just joining now, that's great too. I'd love to have you. I'd love it if you'd subscribe on YouTube at chrismwalker.tv. I'm going to be doing a lot of videos in the upcoming future. I'm going to be doing shorts. We'll do the occasional live stream as well. But like I said, I really, from everybody at Legit, we could not do this without you. We've had a wonderful year. We've made a lot of progress towards our goals, and we're going to 10x or 100x them in 2025. And we all appreciate you so much. We couldn't do this without you. There's a lot of different ways you could spend your money and your time, and that you spend some of it with us means the world to a lot of different people. So thank you for that. And if I don't see you again before the holidays, if you celebrate the holidays, happy holidays. And most importantly, figure out what you want out of life and go out and get it, because you owe it to yourself, and you owe it to the world. I'll see you next year. Peace.